Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of Cinema Kings. Thank you guys all for watching our first video ever. It's getting a lot of love on everything. Speaking of, we are now on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. So if you want to listen to us audio only, you can check out our Spotify. All links in the description. Check out our Instagram, TikTok, where we will be posting some clips and highlights of our full episodes. And of course,
TikTok still exists, get it while you still can.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think TikTok, it's not like the app's gonna still be there, just not gonna update it, and eventually it will die.
Yeah, it'll still be there for a while because they don't just kill the servers immediately.
Like it's not gonna be on the App Store. If you don't have it, you won't be able to download it. But if you have it, it'll stay on your phone.
Why are they so focused on deleting the app? Like, what did the app do?
I don't know.
It's a whole thing. Some people want to save it, but who knows?
I just don't understand it. Like, didn't the government delete Vine?
Was that the government? I don't know.
I'm just asking. Like, I don't know. Like,
I thought Vine just died. I thought Vine died. I don't know.
Well, Vine was like at a peak. Anyway. Anyway, so find us on TikTok while you still can. Our videos are doing especially well on there.
Yeah.
You guys for that. We got a lot of topics to talk about this week. We're gonna start out with this rumor that the MCU Marvel Studios is gonna recast Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. And then Creature Commandos wrapped up its first season. We'll do a quick little review on that. And then I think the main course of the stream, Golden Globes thoughts, reviews. We got a lot to say about that. Yeah. And it's gonna be interesting award season. Let's just say that. And then we'll talk about the SAG nominations that came out, which I think were totally interesting. I'll say that. And then we'll end it off with some more Matt Reeves, the Batman Part 2 news. I think also before we still get into anything, we should mention the fires going on in California. Like, absolutely terrible. If you guys can donate, pray for everyone who lives there. It's been affected by it. It's terrible.
Yeah, every little bit helps. I plan on donating myself to some of there's a lot of nonprofits and stuff. There's all over Instagram, especially a lot of people sending out links and helpful information and stuff like that. And if you have any family or anything out there or friends that you haven't called, just make sure that they're all right. And
it's really terrible seeing all that. But hopefully soon hopefully all gets worked out. So anyway, our first topic, Marvel. There's rumor going around that Marvel's going to recast T'Challa. What do you boys think about this?
You go ahead, Darius.
When I first saw this, my mind immediately didn't go to recast. It went to aging up T'Challa the second, I guess it would be called. If you've seen Wakanda Forever, the post-credit scene is there's a little boy who's revealed to be T'Challa's son that he had with Nakia at some point between the first movie and I guess Endgame or when he died. I think that they're going to find a way to age him up to become T'Challa, become T'Challa we all know and love, and basically complete the story of the character, of the original character, because I just don't see Ryan Coogler with how close he was to Chadwick Boseman, straight up recasting him, especially because that would kind of negate the entire point of Wakanda Forever as a movie.
Yeah.
And after how personal that movie seemed to be for him and the entire cast. And we know Black Panther 3 exists because Denzel Washington basically told us all that it did.
Yeah. He got
in trouble.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't know.
Denzel doesn't care.
I'm
not gonna call Denzel then. Screw that.
You're gonna fire Denzel Washington? No. You can say whatever.
Anytime Denzel says he's in your movie, he's in your movie. So
I think sorry to cut you off, but I think the thing about T'Challa, you aging up the kid, then you got to age up everyone else though. Shuri's older, that's.
Well, see, the easiest way to do this is to just like do it after Secret Wars, where there's a lot of stuff's going to change after that.
Sure.
Anyways, and Black Panther 3 is probably not until like what 2028 at this point. Like, so it's a ways away. But I just don't see them like straight up recasting our T'Challa, like a variant and like a one-off appearance in Secret Wars, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's after the way Marvel and especially Ryan Coogler like handled Chadwick's passing, I just don't see them recasting the character like straight up. They'll find a way to do it that doesn't negate Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I immediately thought when they did this, it was going to be some multiversal thing, obviously with Secret Wars coming up. Because you're right. You're not going to have Wakanda Forever, that whole movie that's pretty much celebrating Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. You know, you can't just then have Black Panther come back. Then that movie, you're like you said, like, what's the point of it besides honoring Chadwick Boseman? Because it still is an MCU movie. It's still brought in, you know, something to the MCU, added something to the MCU. So yeah, we know Secret Wars coming up. There's going to be a bunch of different variants and multiverse. We already know that with Chris Evans and RDJ coming back, that they could easily just bring in a T'Challa from another universe. Or I could see if Secret Wars resets the MCU, which I don't know if they're going to do.
Not completely.
Yeah. Then
like fully, like Darius said, but I think they are going to reset.
Then maybe that's how you bring in a new Black Panther. I don't know, though. I don't really think you need to. I think you could do the whole thing where you age up the kid and just ignore the whole timeline, because everyone knows the situation with Chadwick Boseman. He's just not, or you just stick with Shuri. I don't know. I think it's a really risky situation still, especially because I think Chadwick Boseman was such an integral part of the MCU. You don't want to just recast him. I've always said that right when he died, I was like, you can't recast him. I love Black Panther, but I think it's a little disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, the whole like recast. There were like sides where people were like, "Don't recast," and now like after Wakanda Forever came out, there's people that want a recast and stuff. Like, if Marvel was in a tough situation, like damn if you do, damn if you didn't. Like that's pretty much what it was when it came to like how do you go about Chadwick's death and like the Black Panther character. I mean, me personally, I feel like having T'Challa Jr. like age him up, that's like the only way to do it. Because for me, like, especially from Cougar's perspective, like he was so close to like Chadwick and stuff. Like they had their little duo going on with like making that movie and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like aging him up would be like the less like in poor taste.
Yeah, I agree.
Strategy and how to go with the character. I mean, because we all want Black Panther in the MCU. Like we want to see him interact with Spider-Man, Reed. You know, fantastic. Like we want to see that. So I mean, I think the best way to do it is having T'Challa Jr. But my biggest fear is that they might have a T'Challa variant in Secret Wars. I don't think they will, but who knows with like the state of the MCU, like what they might do in Secret Wars. They might just go balls to the wall with that movie. But I think that, you know, the aging up is more likely, in my opinion, than a full on recast. And like, because like if you recast like post Secret Wars, how do you kind of go about like Wakanda Forever? Like, do you like retcon that? Like
that's the whole thing with like the whole like to kind of broaden the point. It's like people say they're gonna recast not just T'Challa, but like people think they're gonna recast like Tony Stark. It's like, but like if they do that, that means you kind of retcon the Infinity Sagas where you get into like a lot of trouble. Or like did that stuff happen still? Like
because like there's people that like to add on to your point, there's regarding Secret Wars, there's people that think we're gonna get like not a half-ass reboot where like because some people are claiming that after Secret Wars, we're gonna have an MCU where like okay, where Iron Man exists and Captain America exists along with the X-Men and Fantastic Four. So that's what some people are saying, but some people are saying it because they want that to happen. But me personally, I feel like you don't need to do that considering that you have Fantastic Four and X-Men who are bigger than Iron Man and Captain America. That's just the facts. And then you have Spider-Man partially. I mean, you have to share him with Sony, but still you have him, and then you have Hulk. I mean, those are like your A+, B+ characters in a way.
Yeah.
But T'Challa, I mean, I feel like the aging up thing is like the way to go.
Because that way you still can honor like the original T'Challa. Like you can have it part of the T'Challa Jr.'s character. Like you never knew his father and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like, there's a whole arc for that there. You can build into it.
So if you do the whole age up thing, do you just ignore the whole time jump, or do you bring him in after Secret Wars or during?
Either after Secret Wars, or like some weird time stuff happens, and that like during Doomsday or Secret Wars, where something happens where he's sent somewhere, and then he comes back and he's an adult, and you can even build that into his character. Like you can have, like maybe Shuri's upset that she didn't get to spend time with him because I mean he went from being like 7 or 8 to like a grown man now, and she missed out all those years. Like there's a lot you could do with that. I agree with RJ. Like I just don't see. I mean, maybe there's like a multiverse. I don't mind if there's like a multiversal cameo of like a what if Killmonger was Black Panther for like a one-off appearance, and like
that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
That'd be cool to see Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan back again. I mean, he's been in all of Coogler's movies so far. I mean, why not? But
I always forget that he's actually in all of them.
I mean, and we should also still take this with a grain of salt. It's just a rumor.
It's a rumor.
I feel like this rumor came out just so they would know they would want to get a general consensus of the audience.
Marvel does that. They do that.
Yeah.
They put stuff out to see.
It kind of seems a little desperate too. We already know RDJ and Chris Evans are coming back. They're like, well, let's bring back Black Panther.
Definitely on all the stops.
It's still a business. They're gonna see, especially if DC takes off, they're gonna be like, oh, we need the big muscles, which was Iron Man, Captain America, and Black Panther. They think, so I could see them doing that and just bring in a multiversal Black Panther because that's seen the easy way out and what they do a lot. But I don't know. I like the idea better of aging him up, especially with the whole time travel thing. You could go to the future maybe, and he sticks around in the past. I don't know. I don't think you really need to get that into it because I think people will understand Chadwick Boseman died. Like you can like be at peace with the actual like the details.
Any reasonable fan's gonna be like, hey, we know they were put in a tough spot, and it's like Wakanda Forever. People know, reasonable people know, like they did the best they could with what they had. But
like it's the opposite of what they're doing with Jonathan Majors King. It's dumb. That's dumb. The way they're doing that, they're just completely writing him out. But this is a completely different story. Like you want to bring back the character, but you also want to honor the actor, so you can get rid of these little details that might make it not make sense. Yeah. Who would you guys want to see play him?
Damson Idris.
I agree. He'd be great.
I think he'd be perfect. Have you seen Snowfall? Damson Idris. He's in the new. He's in the F movie with Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah.
Terrific, underrated actor. He's in a show called Snowfall. Really, really good.
Also, David Johnson from Alien Romulus.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
He's fantastic in that.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I know like the general fan cast right now and what they're putting his face on is, I forgot his name, the guy from Black Adam who played Hawkman.
Oh, Aldous Hodge.
Yeah.
Yes. That's like the most popular fan cast. And I liked him as Hawkman in Black Adam.
He's one of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah, he's one of the only highlights of that. So I think that would work. But
the rumor is that they want, in the same article, they said they wanted like a younger kind of a heading like rising star. So that's kind of who they're looking for.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they did with Chadwick Boseman. I mean, he wasn't young, but he was still
like people know who he was, but he wasn't like the top of the top yet. He was still like
he became close to an A-lister. Like I think if he was still alive, he would be in a ton of movies.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a tricky situation. But I think if they play their cards right, they don't do some stupid multiverse stuff, and it's still honoring Chadwick Boseman and of course you get Ryan Coogler's thoughts. Marvel Studios talk with him through it because we now know they're making a Black Panther 3. Don't have it, override his ideas for that movie, whatever he was going to do. But yeah, we weren't even supposed to know about that movie.
That is a problem with Marvel.
Yeah, it's a problem with a lot of studios. It's just,
executive middling.
Yeah, I mean it's a popular topic.
Spider-Man 4 is being affected.
Oh yeah, there's news about that too. What they originally wanted that movie to be.
I hope that's not true. I think. God.
Yeah.
What was it? Spider-Man vs. Hulk. That was.
I was looking at Darius about this, and I was like, "This is ass. Like this can't be true."
There's like 3 original drafts of that. There's also Shocker and Scorpion were rumored too. It was like, well, what is the plot of this? Like,
well, go back to that.
Bring Michael
Mando. Thank you.
Yeah, bring back Nacho.
Like Jesus, what are we doing, Marvel?
Yeah, I mean, we all want just a grounded Spider-Man story. We don't need all these other characters.
Okay, I got into a debate with my friend about this. I think it was yesterday or the day before. That I think the problem with Marvel is that, yes, I understand it's coming out after Doomsday. It's coming out between Doomsday and Secret Wars, but I feel like you shouldn't let that affect a Spider-Man movie. You should still be able to make the movie that you want to make with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, he did it with Ant-Man and the Wasp. It wasn't an Infinity Stone movie. I mean, until like the last 30 seconds, but
I just don't understand why, because again, we're all fans of the MCU, but I feel like it's conditioned people to just think bigger with how a movie fits in a universe rather than the narrative of the story that's being told at hand with the singular character.
And that's the problem with the MCU anyway now. They don't focus on their own movie or show. That's always trying to connect everything, set up the next movie, set up the next show. And the thing they're making does not turn out good.
That's my word for Spider-Man 4. I feel like they're trying to make it to well, how does this? They're too busy worried about how does it connect to Doomsday?
Who can we bring in?
Of course, it's just make a Spider-Man movie. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it helps that it's in between those movies, and obviously scheduling. If this movie ever gets fucking.
But I've told Darius this. Me and Darius talk about this almost every day. I feel like they're rushing Doomsday. They should wait. They should literally wait.
Here's what it is. They want to get the multiverse saga done because they want to do X-Men stuff. That's
exactly.
What it is.
100%. This is the end. This would be the end of this saga, and they're rushing towards it. But we haven't even got a Spider-Man 4 yet.
There's a lot of reasons for that. Tom wanted a break. The Daredevil stuff didn't help because that was supposed to be a thing.
The Secret Wars is gonna reset this universe. Then why are we gonna have Spider-Man 4 after it's a mess. It's a mess. It
is.
I agree with you, RJ, 100%. This movie, they shouldn't be rushing these Avengers movies. Have your Spider-Man movie, have that be its own thing, and then you do your Avengers thing. Don't have it.
They're not even done writing the Doomsday script.
No, and they've gone through many writers, right?
You said what?
They've gone through different writers too.
Well, King Dynasty, this is way before
that whole thing. That whole script's gone.
But they brought back the dudes. They got McFeely, I think his name. They brought him back.
They got one of them.
Yeah, they got one of the writers.
Weird.
Yeah, that was very strange. They only got one of them from Infinity War and Endgame, but
Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame.
Yeah. But it's just I feel like with Doomsday, it felt like the development of that just went fast, the last year. Ever since RDJ was announced as Doom, they've been announcing this, this guy's rumored for the movie. And just from an outside person looking in, I feel like Kang Dynasty was being prepped, and they had a plan with it, and they were taking their time developing it. With Doomsday, it just feels like a hard pivot, and it just seems like they're throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stays. I mean, I'm hoping that the movie is good, but it just seems like the development process for it, just from me hearing things, it doesn't fill me with confidence.
Definitely. And you hear all this random news every few months. Chris Evans is back. I think this Black Panther rumor is gonna be a part of that movie. It's I don't know. It's they're seeing.
The thing that gives me hope, I think that this news coming out at least tells me that they talked to Coogler about it already, because I don't think that they would have these serious discussions without talking to, at least I hope not. I don't see that happening. I don't think they've been hey, let's recast Black Panther. and then they know Coogler has plans for 3. Like at least they're coordinating with they did this with Infinity War Endgame as well. Like they brought Gunn in to like write some of the Guardians stuff.
They did that for like a lot of like the directors.
At least I hope they do that. At least like bring in, if you're gonna have Wakanda and the Black Panther involved in the Avengers movies, which of course they will, have Coogler in to like give input on how to handle Shuri, the T'Challa Jr. situation. If they do that, how to do that. Like don't just let one guy dictate everything. Like because
I agree.
These are the 2 biggest movies that Marvel's probably ever going to make. Even after this, I don't see them. Like Secret Wars is the biggest event in Marvel history. Like there's nothing bigger than Secret Wars. Like it's literally impossible for there to be anything bigger. Like you have to have the people who know these characters better than anyone else. Like dictate where they go next. Like don't just have McFeely set up these characters and pay off their arcs that they're going on. Because I mean, I'm sure he's watched the movies and stuff, but like he hasn't spent time with some of these new characters, with like Shang-Chi, Yelena, Kate. Like he's never written for them before. Like how is he expected to conclude their stories or set up where they're going to go next if he hasn't written for them before? You know,
I just find it strange that they only brought back one of them, or just have one writer. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have like
there's other people.
Yeah, I'm sure that they are, but it's just weird that it was just one of the guys.
And also, like, Fantastic Four is going to be a huge part of these movies. And we don't even know if this movie is going to be good yet. Why not wait to get started on even the script until we know the audience reaction to a lot of these characters? That's
a good point.
Even like Thunderbolts and the Captain America movie coming out, like that's going to have a huge say on how big of a role Sam Wilson's Captain America is going to be in this movie. How big of a role Yelena is going to be in this movie. It's these movies coming up that will have the audience reaction, which is then what should go into the script. Not just bringing back, these old guys. Like, nah, it's a new era of the MCU, whether we like it or not. And,
yeah, they've already said that Sam is going to lead the Avengers, which is like, I mean, that he should. That's like he's Captain America. Captain America should, but it's like you're putting a lot of pressure on that movie to sell people on Sam leading the Avengers. Like you're gonna have to really sell people on that. Like, I mean, we're fans of the comic. We know we can, but like your average moviegoer just sees Falcon as you still see Sam as Falcon and as like a sidekick, which
I mean, as of right now, before seeing the new Captain America movie, I think I'd rather have Spider-Man leading.
It makes more sense.
Facts.
Yeah. And exactly. That's all.
I'm a Spider-Man fan, but facts.
Yeah, but you gotta wait until these movies come out to see. And like that's even what you do with Spider-Man 4. You want to have a little bit of a setup, and you have him being a leader in that movie, and then you're like, oh, it makes sense for him to be the leader of the Avengers in these Avengers movies. But this movie's got to come out before.
He should at least lead a team. Peter should at least lead a team because I think they're gonna have separate teams anyway. But do you guys think that they should have had like an Avengers movie? Like, obviously they're having Doomsday, but do you guys think they should have had a movie where they form the Avengers first and then go to Doomsday?
I think
a lot of people like have that opinion.
Like an Age of Ultron type thing, where it's like a kind of a filler Avengers movie where it's like this.
Yeah,
I think that could have been good, but I think what they're going for is that they're trying to make it different than the Infinity Saga, where like the Avengers are already a team thing. I think they're going for like they've been fractured and they're all kind of dealing with their own stuff and now they have to come together. I think the whole point is that they don't know how to work together yet. Unlike the first Avengers where like they built that chemistry over like a long time. But like I do get why people say that because half these characters have never even met. Like Shang-Chi's met Wong and Captain Marvel, I guess, but that's about it. Like,
and I think also, I don't think that should happen because, first of all, I don't think these roster of characters that we have so far are that interesting, and a whole Avengers movie with them, I don't think would be.
Well, I think that's why they're just going to the Doomsday. That's why.
Because you would need Strange and Spider-Man to carry that like that.
And
that's
for sure.
And you're having the team up movie in between. You're having the Fantastic Four. That's a team movie. That's
kind of like the new Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the movie that should be in between. I think, Captain America, this movie was originally supposed to have other Avengers in it, and they rewrote it. I think that's what they were originally doing with this Captain America movie, but they've scrapped that for whatever reason, which is good because it should be a Captain America movie, not an Avengers thing. But no, I don't think they need another Avengers movie in between. I think, and also Thunderbolts is another team you're having in between.
Yeah, maybe more team ups. Maybe more team ups, like duo, like a Shang-Chi 2 where he meets someone else. That could have been. I do think they should have more sequels though. Like give care. Like Shang-Chi's first movie came out like
2021.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Like we should be getting one now, really, based on like MCU.
Well, you know, Dustin, he's on like that man's booked and busy. He's on Spider-Man 4.
Naruto, he's dead.
I don't want to be that guy, but it seems like he just, screw change him director Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I mean, who wouldn't do that?
I mean, Shang-Chi 2 even confirmed? Is it even a sequel confirmed yet?
I think they said they were going to.
They said they were going. It's in development, but it's not like greenlit. If that makes sense.
They said it got put to the back burner because of Spider-Man 4.
Scrapped. So I don't know. I agree. I do think you made a good point about how they're rushing into this movie, and you can lay some layers on these other movies before that will make more sense leading into this movie.
I just feel like they when it comes like I have high hopes for Fantastic Four. I love everything I'm hearing about that movie. Thunderbolts, I have high hopes for. Captain America, that's Effie. It's with the reshoots and all that shit.
Low expectations.
Point. Doomsday, it's just the Russos that I'm like, okay, they're directing and they know Marvel, so okay, you have my interest, but I'm still worried. But like Spider-Man 4, I feel like that's like suffering because it's in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. And like my biggest worry is that they ruin the ending of No Way Home and like the narrative that movie set out, because like they really put Peter in a place where like, he's street level, like he's on his own. And I don't like the idea of like the first time we're seeing him is not even in his own movie. It's an Avengers movie. I just don't like that. Like it bothers me. I don't know about you, Darius, but it does.
It does, but like
it bothers me a lot.
Because if they had the way the shot was, just would have Spider-Man not be in Doomsday and then have him just be in his own movie and then Secret Wars, but they're not going to have an Avengers movie without Spider-Man.
They can't afford it.
Money, like I said, Spider-Man and Strange are going to carry that movie in terms of like the main relevant players that people care about. I mean, people like the other characters, but like Spider-Man and Strange,
like Yelena, like the people like Yelena and Florence Pugh and all that stuff. Bucky,
like,
that.
There's some other ones. Yeah. Bucky, Yelena, like people care about them,
but they're not leads to an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
You can't have them being the front man in the poster. Like, no,
I think our leads are going to be like your Stranges, your like Spider-Man. Maybe if Fantastic Four is a hit, Reed. I mean, he's Pedro Pascal, so you kind of have to put him on there.
Well, he'll be one of the three main leads.
Wanda will be there because it's Wanda. Like
you don't like Wanda?
She died. I don't leave her dead.
She didn't die. Let's be real, bro. She didn't die.
I think Elizabeth Olsen wants to move on, and so do I. Like that's.
She won't say no to two. She won't say no to two more paychecks, though.
You're right. But anyway,
Marvel's in a weird place. I think it's still like this saga being good as the Infinity Saga. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. But like, it can still end okay. Like it can end fine, and we can usher in the Mutant Saga and just move on.
I need some good news on SM4. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah,
it has to be waiting a while. Be waiting a while, man.
Go in the production.
If I see that notification, that deadline says Toby and Andrew in this movie, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be angry, bro.
Just bring the back.
Be his own. Fuck. Let him be his own fucking hero. Let him be his own character.
Congrats to him, by the way. And Zendaya.
Oh yeah, congrats to them. Yes.
Yeah, if you're watching, congratulations.
If you're somehow watching this, congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Tom, you lucky bastard.
It should have been me. Anyway. The transition to the whole other universe, the DCU just wrapped up its first project.
That's so weird to say.
Yeah, Creature Commandos.
Really.
The first
such a weird place to start.
DCU project just wrapped up. What was it? The first 7 episodes on Max. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this show. I think James Gunn he cooks with these type of characters, with these characters you never know of, these weird characters, these D-list characters, and he makes you care about them. And he did that this show. Some characters more than others. But I think what held this show back was the runtime. I mean, you got quick, less than 30-minute episodes. You got 7 episodes. And pretty much how the format of this show was, half the episode you get a backstory of one of these characters, the other half you get the main storyline. And I don't know about you guys, but I think the backstories were way more interesting than the main storyline.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%, especially the Weasel episode.
Dude, the Weasel episode, Weasel, Weasel the Bride, like they had some really interesting and I like Frankenstein too. Frankenstein was crazy.
I don't like how they ended
it. I don't like his ending though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
building him up, and I expected more.
I think if this longer episodes or more episodes, I think really would have helped this show out. I think it's still a solid show. The characters definitely carried it more than the storyline. And I love the animation style. I think it's a really great animation.
I agree.
Especially because these are going to be the actors that are voice acting. I think it looks realistic. I think this show could have been live action and it would have looked pretty much the same, which I think was really cool that they did. It looked clean. The voice acting was great. I think across the board, you got a great cast. And I'm excited to see these characters live action. I know we're seeing Rick Flag Sr. and Superman and a whole bunch of stuff. Peacemaker season 2.
Yep.
He probably was my favorite character in this. Him and Bride. Bride was a really good character. And what I liked how this show and what James Gunn does so well is the gray areas. Like these villains, they're not bad guys. They're not good guys either, though. It's the gray. And James Gunn, he made that very clear. They're not good guys, but they're not bad. It's the gray area. I think he did that really well. Because even when you get their backstory, it's like you feel bad for them, but then you know how they end up and they're killing all these people and doing wait, I don't really feel bad for it anymore. But I think that was a really interesting approach.
Yeah, I miss my dude GI Robot though, man. That was probably my favorite subplot in the show because it says a lot. And he hates, I don't know if we can say this word on here. He hates Nazis. And you see he's brought into the modern day and he sees them that's a very charged political statement. He sees them in America now and he's like, oh nah, I can't stand for this. And that's the thing I do like about this show is even though it is a limited runtime, they're very efficient in how they tell a character's story for the most part. I think they do that with backstories better than they do in the present. I don't think Frankenstein's ending was very satisfying.
No,
because it kind of happened really fast, and it's kind of you built all this stuff up with him to this is how it's resolved, kind of.
There is a season 2, but it felt like there was zero closure. So
kind of just felt but yeah, it was kind of interesting to see Clayface in the show. I was not expecting that. That was crazy. But yeah, it's Gunn is perfected this this style of show, a cast of oddball characters, like you said, that people really don't know as much, and making you care about them and making them his own because they are oddball characters. He can kind of take his own liberties with them and do what he wants with them. And
for me, I'm a little low on this show. It started off really good for me, but then it kind of fell off towards the back half, later episodes, around 4 or 5.
I agree.
I feel like the runtime kind of holds it back. I wanted more time with these characters, especially Rick Flag Sr. It's for the most part out of Gunn's D-list, C-list characters, it's kind of the weakest for me, but it's just okay. It's a good appetizer towards Gunn's DCU, and I feel like it served that purpose in that regard. But I feel like a lot of the characters were not that interesting to me personally. Like they're not like on the level of like a Peacemaker or like Vigilante or Star Lord or anything like that, or like Gunn's World. But I just felt like the runtime kind of like the minute I think you said the other day, Noah, the minute you start an episode, 5 minutes later it's over. Like it's just like
right when it gets started and it's done.
They didn't give you time to like breathe and like get to know these characters. And that's just me. I mean, I still give it like a solid like 7 out of 10. But
yeah, that's about right.
It's I don't think I'll rewatch this season. But it's not like a Peacemaker where I just rewatched that like countless of times. But it's funny, it's decent, but I don't know. It just didn't keep my interest. But I'm still excited for like James Gunn DCU. I think he's gonna kill it, knock it out of the park.
Yeah, I think on that point, I think a big point of this show, especially because it's the first project in the DCU, it did a good job world building. Like Definitely. we know them. They introduced Themyscira. There's a bunch of cameos, Batman thing, which is a little confusing, but that's just because of the whole reason.
We met
Clayface, which is confirmed to get his own movie later. So I think they did that really well. Like we know a lot about this world from this quick 7-episode show. But that wasn't even the main focus. The main focus was telling the story of these characters, but it also has a few, like it referenced stuff from the Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker, which is like some of the stuff I guess is canon. They don't really dive deep into that. I guess James Gunn's just picking and choosing what happens and doesn't happen.
He's still doing that.
He is, and they make it clear in the first 5 minutes of the show where they're referencing stuff from the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. But I do like the world building aspect of it. I think that was a really good job.
I think that's what it served its purpose. That was the purpose of it. Like,
Yeah,
because like when it was first announced, I was like, this is a weird place to start. Because like, I mean, you have like, technically Blue Beetle is because it's supposedly canon, like because it doesn't really contradict anything. It took everything that contradicts everything out of it. But like, this is the first official DCU project, and it was announced. I was like, well, this is before Superman. It's like, well, why? But like you said, it kind of sets up like the world. Like there already are like heroes and stuff out there. There's villains we know. Batman's been active for 15 years, at least 15 years, supposedly, which is kind of strange, but
considering other things.
Yeah, considering some stuff that might be happening. But,
I'm sorry I had to.
You're right.
Yeah, we have like Waller still doing her thing. She's got this establishes she has multiple task forces, which is interesting because we're still getting Waller that series too. At some I forget when that goes into production, but
that's animated too, right?
I think it's live action.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah. I guess after Peacemaker, we get that, but yeah, it's this show. Yeah, I agree. I think it started out better than it ended because, like, I think as it focused more on like the Cersei plot, like it didn't lose me completely. Like, I was still like engaged, but it kind of lost me a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's still enjoyable. I think it's like I think it's the weakest comic book project that Gunn has made out of like the Guardians trilogy.
Definitely.
The Suicide Squad and stuff like that.
It's just a very
Peacemaker.
It's meaty, like it's fine. Like it's served its purpose.
Yeah.
But like you said, I'm not gonna go back and rewatch. And I now know about these characters that I really like now that I didn't know before. That was a really good job, especially Weasel. I think we can all agree that Weasel backstory is freaking heartbreaking.
That was hard to watch, man. That was sad.
James Gunn knows what he's doing with the emotional stuff.
Animals, bro. Man.
Yeah, the animals, like And I really like. Who would you guys say was your favorite character?
Rick Flag Senior.
Last Senior.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's between him, the Bride, and GI Robot. I really love those three. Those are and Weasel.
Yeah, and I like Nina too. I think what they did in that last episode, I liked her backstory, but I don't like that we had to wait till I actually think her backstory should have been one of the first ones.
I don't know why they kept hers for like that long. That was kind of, I don't know.
I mean, I think that was kind of mean. Like they drew the sad backstory with her, and I'm finally getting to like this character, and then they kill her.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt a little bit like mean, if anything.
Yeah. I feel like
I
they
just
should have
think it
given
should
the
have been longer episodes. I don't think the last episode should have had a backstory in it. No, it should be the clearing up the storyline.
I agree with that, but like they should have done all the backstories earlier, but then it comes down to what you said. The episode should have just been longer, or there should have been more of them at least. Like, because I feel like with Nina, like her backstory didn't even get a chance to land before she was dead. Like immediately after, like almost immediately after that, it's kind of like, well, why did you show me this? Like, there's no like payoff to this now.
Why would you show me? I couldn't have it.
Exactly.
They might pull the card where she comes back somehow.
I could see it. I mean, this is comic book stuff.
And I think the music was really good in this show. James Gunn just had great sound. Some weird music, but I kind of liked it. It fit the vibe.
Yeah, like the different countries they were in, it kind of fit.
Yeah. And I honestly think the show would have worked better if all the episodes came out at once.
I agree with that. It doesn't. It's one of those problems that I have with like some shows where like there are some shows that work better like weekly, but this is one of them that it works like all at once. If you release it all at once, it's better.
Yeah. If you're gonna have a 7-episode, less than 30-minute show, release it all at once. Don't make us wait for a 22-minute episode each week. Like,
yeah. It's like, I mean, to me, like shows that work better every week are shows with mystery, like compelling mysteries, where it's like because you give people a chance to theorize like what's going on or what's going to happen next, or like. But like shows like this, I agree. Like just really sit in a binge.
Yeah,
like there's nothing wrong with that. Like just they're very short. I mean, there are some mysteries and stuff, but it's like I don't think it's enough to theorize over for like a whole week.
Yeah. And also, we're learning this world still. It's the first one. Like, there's nothing we can base it off of. Maybe this ties into this, and not. Just release it all at once so we get this world, and then we're ready. But I get it. All these shows now are just releasing weekly.
It's better for viewership, I guess.
Yeah, but I think final score we all agree 7 out of 10.
7.
Yeah, it's good.
Solid show. Yeah, just
I recommend you watch it.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it, you definitely should watch it. If you're not interested in these characters, like I don't think anyone was, you will by the end of it. And also you'll learn a lot about this DC new universe for Superman.
Great animation too. So if you're a fan of this good animation, like in general, support animators. You should watch it.
Yeah, great animation and great voice acting. Just a little too quick. But anyway, on to I guess the main course of this stream. The Golden Globes were last week, and it was quite the show. RJ, do you want to start out? Give us your thoughts just on the show as a whole, not the.
Definitely was better than last year's show. I forgot the host of that one. What's this?
Joe Cole.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah. Nikki Glazer. Give yourself a round of applause. She was amazing. She knew how to like work the crowd and stuff. But the show was good. It was entertaining. With the presenters, sometimes the presenters kind of like annoy me when they try to be like funny and stuff, but they were actually pretty. They were actually pretty good this time around. I like the one with Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. That was a good presenting. But the event was pretty good. I do have some thoughts on some of the winners and what it means for like the big main event of award season in the Oscars. But first, Colin Farrell, my guy. Yes, I'm glad he won for the Penguin. Oz, he deserves it. Give him the Emmy already. I love his acceptance speech. It was funny. He was like, "Craft services."
Yeah. No one ever shouts out craft
services. Yeah,
he's gonna get the best meals for the rest of his life now.
Yep.
Yeah. But that was good. My girl Kristen Milioti, she should have won.
Yeah, she should have.
People think she got robbed. I'm sorry. Listen. is, terrific actress, but there is not a performance in True Detective that is better than Kristen Milioti. I'm sorry, no,
one of the
no,
best.
Let's not do no. Yeah, she was terrific. I mean, I know it's just a Golden Globes, and she still has a chance to win at the Emmys, but she got robbed. I'm sorry. She was better than Colin Farrell in some episodes of The Penguin. She was the best at some points. That's how good she was. And Colin Farrell, it's hard to outact him and stuff, or I don't want to say outact, but it's hard to be better than him, alongside him and sharing a screen with him. It's hard to do that. And they both were terrific. I mean, I wish the woman that played Oz's mom in the show, I wish
she was fantastic. Yeah,
she should have been nominated.
I feel like Renzi should have got nominated. I mean, it would have been hard.
Vic too. Yeah,
top 3 performances are there in the show.
I feel like Renzi should have got nominated. That episode where, I feel like the episode where the flashback with his parents. I mean, that was a good episode.
Yeah,
but
they still have this superhero stuff. They're like,
but it's hard for them because they know how good the Penguin is. They know how they're like, okay, we have to give it something. That's they know how hard it is.
Yeah.
But shout out to Colin Farrell. He joins Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix is
Batman villains, man.
Batman villains that get awards. So I mean,
very deserving.
Never thought it would be the Penguin. I always thought it was be Riddler or Joker.
Well, I never thought the Penguin would get his own show.
That's another thing.
Yeah. All right, Darius, what do you think? And then we'll get into more of it.
It definitely, as a show, I think it was way more entertaining and way less cringeworthy than last year, because last year kind of alternated between being a snooze fest and just being cringe to me. It just.
Oh no! I did the video on it. It's so funny.
It's one it was half the time it was boring me to death, and half the time I was like, no, that didn't no. But I think the biggest thing that stood out to me was I will champion this movie forever. The Substance. You got Demi Moore.
Yep.
I was not expecting her to win because, we said, with superheroes, horror stuff, in terms of these kind of award, the Academy, these kind of events, they kind of get snubbed a lot of the time because horror does not have the best reputation at the moment, and a lot of that is deserved because there's a lot of terrible horror movies come out every year. Yeah. But The Substance was phenomenal, and Demi Moore was phenomenal in it. And I think she gave an amazing. That speech was
terrific,
phenomenal. Yeah,
great speech.
That's good coming from her because she, when she was the beginning of her career and in the prime of her career, she was trying to break out of the typical action of films or she was trying to make a Substance years ago, and she finally got the opportunity to make an Oscar-worthy movie and stuff. So it's good that she's getting this recognition because she's a talented actress.
Yeah,
and it's the narrative of The Substance is very personal to her because I think she kind of felt that in some ways, she was being pushed out of the door because she was this big star in the 90s, and she's aging. And a lot of time, actresses her age kind of get pushed out of the way to make way for the younger actresses. Just the way it's really messed up, but it's the way these studios treat their talent. And I just really like that she kind of dove into that and was so open and honest about her thoughts and feelings and how much the movie meant to her and stuff. I'm also super happy for Colin Farrell because The Penguin is my favorite show of 2024. And
that show 2024,
he gave one of the best performances that I've seen in a TV show, in general, not just last year. That's up there with some of the great TV performances of all time.
Yes,
because Breaking Bad and Sopranos and stuff like that. He's up there with those type of legendary performances. But we'll get into it later. But there are some.
We'll go through the list.
There are some winners that I'll have a lot to say about. Some of the stuff kind of has me worried for the Oscars. Yeah, what might happen, but yeah. Overall, though, great show.
Yeah. I agree. I think that if you compare us to last year, it's a huge step up. I think props to Nikki Glaser. She was really funny. It wasn't just a roast fest. It was like her jokes were funny and they were like they're playful, but they're also like, she's saying what everyone's thinking. It was good. There weren't like any really cringy jokes. So I think she ran the show really well. I think what this show does better than any of the other big award shows is it's strictly the nominations. It doesn't do any other stupid crap in between, like
the weird skits and like
weird.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't even an in memoriam, which I think they say for the Oscars, but they usually have for every show. I'm like, that's a bit unnecessary. I'm like, I'm glad this just show strictly sticks to the nominations. Yeah. It just flows so much smoother. It doesn't take you out. Like even no musical performances, I think that takes you out of an award show like this. Now you're here for the movie. There's nothing of that. Like I think that's what the Golden Globes does better than any other show. I think my only critique is I think some of the presenters' jokes were so long. Like just get to the damn award. And there's going to be some problems with like the teleprompter. Like they were like standing there for the first 5 seconds not saying anything.
Yeah, it's like it was delayed.
Some of them made jokes off it, which I think was good. Some of them were just standing there awkwardly. But yeah, I think there's a lot of great speeches. Flowed really well. And yeah, let's just go through the list of all the winners and we'll give our thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Yeah, because some of these
are just bad.
Some of these are really bad. So starting out with Best Motion Picture Drama, The Brutalist guy.
I wish I could watch it. I mean,
I can't watch the movie.
Not for us. We can't really comment on if this is think this is the movie that should have won because it's not releasing anywhere near us for whatever reason.
I think I'm getting it next. I think I'm finally getting it next week, which is.
Well, I hope
good.
God damn it!
Yeah, but I still think even though The Brutalist won this, I don't think it's still it's still gonna be like it's gonna win the Oscar even for Best Picture.
Really?
I think it's the front runner, but I still think it's pretty much open for anyone. We'll have to see how the next few award shows go. Because I don't know, The Brutalist, it's like it's not getting the Best Picture buzz like how a Best Picture movie.
It's not a landslide, basically. It's not like a Oppenheimer.
Yeah, like
if you ask people what the best movie of the year is, like some will say The Brutalist, some will say Anora, some will say something like Sing Sing, some will say something else entirely. Like some will say Wicked, even like it's.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it is. I think it will win Best Picture. But I don't think it's
a close race, though.
It's close. It's not like last year's Oppenheimer sweep at all. But then, here we go. Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, Emilia Perez, which got the most wins of the night.
Can I say something right quick? This is our generation's Crash, okay? This is our generation. No, because the Crash, when that came out, it got so much flack. And I think that won an Oscar. And then this movie is getting so much flack. And it just won a Golden Globe. And it very well could, if it's nominated, it could win an Oscar.
It'll be nominated.
Look at the movies on this list. Let's go down the list of these movies. Okay. A Real Pain, amazing movie. Anora, fantastic movie. Challengers, fantastic movie.
Great.
The Substance, fantastic movie. Wicked, I haven't seen it before. No, I've heard better things about Wicked than Emilia Perez. Yeah. So it's like, what movie? I haven't seen. Okay, I haven't seen Emilia Perez. I haven't seen it. I admit that. Yeah. Like, what movie on this list is Emilia Perez actually better than?
Yeah.
Like.
And anyway, like critics don't like this movie. Fans don't like this movie. I've only seen negative reviews for this movie, really. I was like, there's no way Emilia Perez is going to win anything tonight, besides acting. But it just kept winning. It won Best Foreign Movie, too, which I can get. That's fine. But all these movies, I think, are better, just basing it off of critics' reviews, fans' reviews. it is the foreign press. They might like this movie better than the other award shows because it is a foreign movie. But I'm confused. I don't know what this means for the rest of the awards. If they also agree that this movie's great, I don't know where that's coming from. This praise for this.
Look how stacked this category is. Like this is more stacked than the drama category is to me.
I agree. Yeah,
and like a real pain, a noir, or challengers, I would have been fine with any of the substance. I would have been fine with any of those.
The editing alone in challengers is better than
yeah. So I think we were all just super confused, and I think everyone's super confused by this one. I think it's just a Golden Globes thing. Every award show usually has some sort of surprise, but this movie just kept winning and winning. What?
Maybe I need to watch it. I need to understand.
You should watch.
I've heard that.
I'll watch it. You guys watch it.
I've heard that it's filmed. I've heard that it's filmed in a really interesting way. Like the way it's shot is weird for a musical. Maybe that has something to do with it. But it's like that's cinematography. If that's the case, why is that? I don't know.
All I see on film Twitter is people reposting one of the scenes that Selena Gomez is in, and they're criticizing it. So and it does look bad, but it's like I just don't understand. Like this is the generation's crash. This is our
where's this hype coming from?
Yeah, that's the thing. Where is this coming from? People were hating on this.
People are calling this movie an industry plant. Like they're literally calling it. It's like someone just putting it out there, just pushing it.
It seems kind of Oscar baity too. The type of what I've heard.
Oh
about.
Yeah, for sure. What little I know about the story, it kind of sounds like
bro.
Yeah. So that just took us all by surprise. Best motion picture animated, Flow. I thought The Wild Robot was sweeping, honestly.
Yeah, this goes to show that I haven't watched as many animated movies this year as I usually do because I saw Wild Robot and I saw Inside Out 2.
Same.
Haven't seen the rest of these yet. But
yeah.
I mean, I guess I need to watch this because I kind of looked it up after it won, and it sounds like it's getting.
The animation looked really cool and different.
It does. Yeah, I need to watch more of these.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of these.
Wild Robot's really good. Inside Out 2 is pretty
good. In that movie?
Huh?
Is it Pattinson like voice acting in that movie, or is it somebody else? Or is it Lupita Nyong'o? I think. Hold on.
Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Pedro Pascal. Yeah.
Okay, he's a fox.
Yeah. So yeah, can't really comment much on that. Congrats.
Yeah.
Here's Amelia Perez again winning. Like that is so surprising though. I thought when it won this, I was like, all right, it's definitely not going to get the comedy.
I thought All We Imagine Is Light was for sure going to win because I heard great things about that movie.
Yeah.
The French movie, All We Imagine Is Light.
I mean, it's weird that when an award show gives it best foreign and best movie, it's like usually gives you one or the other, but it got both.
Yeah.
I'm still really shocked by this. I don't get it. But best performance by a female actor in a motion picture, Fernanda Torres. I have not seen this movie either. She's in.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Have I seen any of these?
I don't want to watch Baby Girl.
That movie looks wild.
That
looks wild.
I don't want to watch that movie, bro.
Yeah. She gave a good speech though. That's all I know.
She did.
I don't think this is these actors are really strong actors, but the movie's just got besides Baby Girl, got like no publicity.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but art house films did not do a good job of promoting films this past year. I'm sorry. They just did an awful job.
I didn't hear about until these nominations.
Yeah.
A24 is like the only one that does a good job with promoting them.
Well, with some of them.
Yeah.
Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture.
It's going to be tough.
Brutalist. My pick is Coleman Domingo.
I'd agree.
And it's really hard because the Brutalist, it's not out yet. It's really hard to comment. I really liked Ralph Fiennes and Conclave.
I need to see Conclave. I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I just watched that. He was really good. Sebastian Stan, amazing. Daniel Craig, I'm sure he was great. I haven't seen that. And Timothy Chalamet, I'm sure he was great.
Timothy was really good in Complete
I
Unknown.
feel like he was better in Complete Unknown than Dune. That might be a hot take to some, but that's just.
I think he is. He definitely was. But of what I've seen, I agree. Coleman Domingo, I think for me, but I haven't seen 3 movies on here.
I think the 5 for the Oscars are going to be Adrian Brody, Coleman Domingo, Daniel Craig, Ray Fiennes, and Chalamet. I doubt they'll give Sebastian Stan a nomination.
I'll be good. He might. Sebastian, I don't think they're gonna do this, but it would be interesting if he gets nominated for A Different Man.
That would be awesome.
He's more likely for that than The Apprentice for me.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he just won the award for that.
But I feel like Chalamet is losing some steam with like. I feel like the nominations for the Oscars are just gonna they're gonna be very, very different. That's just my opinion.
Well, I agree with you until I saw the SAG nominations, and they were really heavy on A Complete Unknown. So that could say that the Oscars are going to go in on A Complete Unknown too. I think
Sebastian winning though. Like I feel like he's picking up some steam.
No. Who? Chalamet?
No. I'm saying that Sebastian winning for he's gonna pick up some steam. I feel like it's gonna make the Oscar nominations really, really interesting.
If he keeps winning and keeps getting nominated for the other ones, then yeah, I think he can.
Because that shocked people, like him winning that Golden Globe. I did not.
I think the fact that he arguably has 2 Oscar-worthy performances in the same year is going to do a lot of heavy lifting for him. Like
you're right, and they're not going to give him the Trump one,
even if they don't want to do it for The Apprentice for reasons that we're all aware of. I feel like they might do this thing where it's for both, but they just do it for A Different Man. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he'll get it. I think he'll get the nomination and
he'll get nominated. Yeah.
I think Adrian Brody's a front runner. Because
I think one of these guys here is getting screwed out of an Oscar nomination. That's just my opinion. I just feel it coming. I think it's gonna be Chalamet. I really do.
You think it's gonna be Chalamet wins the Oscar?
I do because Sebastian wins. Because I think Adrian Brody, Coleman, Ralph Fiennes, I think they're a lock. I think Daniel Craig will get in. People love him in that movie. I just feel like Chalamet is losing steam. I could be wrong, but Sebastian Stan winning, I just feel like it changes some things for the nominations. I think people are the Oscars are gonna seriously consider him because he's got
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan, yeah. I think the Oscar nominations are gonna seriously consider nominating him.
But winning?
No, I don't know about winning. I think Adrian Brody's gonna win.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Chalamet.
No, I'm saying that I feel like one of these guys on this list, and I think Chalamet is gonna get.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying because of Sebastian Stan winning and picking up some steam.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but it's just a film that I have.
I think a lot of these upcoming award shows will help us decide. I think if The Brutalist keeps winning, I think Adrian Brody's got it. Because the Oscars aren't the ones that do the upsets, really.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the upset would be in the nominations rather than whoever wins the male category.
And I think we'll get to the SAG nominations had 5, which I think are the 5 that are going to be the Oscars. But yeah, that will also be a tight race. And then here we get best performance by a female actor in a motion picture, musical or comedy, Demi Moore.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that because I thought they were going to give it to Mikey Madison, and then
honestly, there's 3 people. There's 3 people on this list that are deserving to me. Mikey Madison, also Zendaya too. I feel like they could have easily won this.
Yeah.
I thought Mikey Madison was going to win it, and she's 100% deserving of it if she were going to.
I thought not only will Mikey Madison win this, but she's my pick to win the Oscar. And now I'm a little.
Who's going to
win.
This reminds me of Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone. Who I think it's going to be.
Which is off. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a little bit closer. This is a little bit closer.
Yeah. Because I think they will. I honestly think they'll split. I think Demi Moore might get the SAG, or I don't know who's going to get who, but I think they'll split the next few awards. I think Mikey Madison will get the next however many ever, and Demi Moore will get one more, which will make it really interesting going into the Oscars.
This is probably the close. This like for the Oscars, like Best Actress, this is going to be like the closest one because I think the voting could come down to like it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
And you never know. Award show might give Cynthia Erivo one, like because Wicked like such a popular movie. You never know.
Mila Perez might win another one.
Yeah, you never know. This is like one of the most confusing and unpredictable Oscar times. Like because I think Demi Moore and Mikey Madison is going to be super tight, and then someone like Cynthia Erivo could swoop in and steal it. I don't think she should. I think it should be Mikey Madison or
I think
Demi Moore.
It's going to come down to Demi Moore and Mikey Madison. To me, like if the Oscars, like for me personally, the three best performances on here are Demi Moore, Zendaya, and Mikey Madison. They had the three best, in my opinion, three best female like performances of 2024. But I think Demi Moore and Mikey's so good in Nora, bro.
She's amazing. She's still my pick.
Yeah,
I think you know what? This plays into it. That Demi Moore's speech was like amazing and broke the internet. That plays into it.
That does, yeah.
People talk about like the politics of like the like what happens at the award show and how people respond to it does play whether they want to admit it or not. It does play a role in how.
But also, both movies
for best speech, whoever wins the next few awards, they're going to be.
Both movies talk about like themes that aren't talked about enough.
Yeah,
exploitation. They're kind of similar. Exploitation, women especially. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna be a crazy race between these two.
And honestly, I'm not upset regardless if it comes down to
I'm not gonna be.
I mean, I really hope Mikey Madison gets a few. I hope it's not a Demi Moore sweep. Because Mikey Madison, I think, gave the best performance in movies this year.
Yeah, she was phenomenal.
So I hope they split, but it's gonna be interesting for the Oscars. Shout out Zendaya for getting the nom.
Yeah, she's probably not gonna win. She's probably not gonna win if she's nominated, but she was fantastic.
She's getting closer and closer every year.
Yeah, she'll get it eventually. Her time will come. Okay, and then best performance by a male actor in a motion picture comedy. Sebastian Stan wins for A Different Man.
That's surprising.
Yeah. It surprised me at first when they read his name off, but I also I don't think anyone here was like a clear favorite. Because none of these guys are going to get Oscar noms. But yeah, I think what you said earlier, Darius, that plays into it, that it's also, they're giving him this Golden Globe for both roles because he had such a big year. And he's he gave the best performance out of anyone in this category.
It's like versatility. Like he goes from like his character in A Different Man to Donald Trump in The Apprentice. Yeah. It's like, how does one guy play these two roles in the same year? And he's fantastic in both.
Stan is a terrific actor.
He's great. He's really branching off out of the MCU. And
I'm really glad that he's having like this kind of, not a renaissance, because he was always a great actor, but he's like getting the show, like
showing off. Yeah,
he said he wants to have a career similar to like Robert Pattinson. He looks up to Robert Pattinson, and he wants to like have like the range, like of performance.
He can do the big blockbuster stuff, but he can also do like the art house stuff.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him. He also gave an amazing speech, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, shout out to everyone. Jesse Eisenberg in Real Pain was great. But he wasn't
Glenn Powell was great in Hitman.
Glenn Powell was great.
He was
Hugh Grant was really good in Heretic. I really liked him in that.
That's not a comedy. I don't know what that's doing in this.
That movie was not funny. I mean, it was sometimes. He was funny.
Hard,
right? It is a cool movie. Yeah, it is.
Gabriel LaBelle was great in Saturday Night. And
Jesse Plemons is really good too. That movie's weird. That movie kind of is weird, but he's really good.
You know, I tried to watch that.
It's really
goes. Listen, can I just say this?
Not a fan.
I'm with Noah on this. Poor Things. I get why people like it. Okay, just the everything, like the world in it, and Emma Stone's terrific in the movie, and it's a decent movie. But Kinds of Kindness, I just can't get through it. I just don't. Like,
Can't get through
I'm
any
not
of his movies.
Yorgos is weird. I'm sorry.
It's not for me. I'm glad a lot of people can
Yorgos
like
is
it.
weird.
I can't. Anyway,
I like Poor Things a lot more.
Yorgos is just weird. I'm sorry. Oh man.
so for best performance, the first award of the night was best performance actor by a female actor in a supporting role. Zoe Saldana wins, which I'm not that mad about. I heard she gives a really good performance in the movie.
I heard she carries the movie.
Yeah, I heard so too.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I think it's a lot. She's been around in the industry for a while. She's giving great performances, and I'm glad she's getting awards.
She's in a lot of high-grossing movies too.
Yeah, she's like the richest.
What, the top 4? She's in all of them.
Something like that.
Margaret
Qualley though, shout out to her. She was great in Substance.
I'm assuming that's your guys' pick, who you would pick without seeing.
I mean, I heard Felicity Jones is really good in The Brutalist, but I need to see it.
Can you release the movie?
I think the SAG Awards will help with this, but I think Zoe Saldana is going to sweep unless Ariana Grande somehow, because she was getting a whole lot of hype that she was the favorite and she didn't win. So
which is the Barbie of the award season.
It is, which is why I won that bullshit box office award, which is the dumbest award ever.
Did that pull him over into the box office? No.
It's not about that though. I don't know what this category is. The whole point of the category is the same reason as for Barbie last year. Barbie wasn't going to get the major awards. Wicked wasn't going to give a major award, but it was popular. We want people to watch our show, so we'll give them this bullshit. That's it. At the end of the day,
yeah. At the end of the day, it's a business.
It's a participation trophy. It's a participation trophy of an award.
It is.
The kids that lost a Little League. Here's your second place.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up.
You did your best.
Thanks for being bright and colorful and having a big impact on movies.
You know, he's like the perfect attendance award. He came to school every day.
You got people to.
Here you go.
There you go.
Oh man,
that was dumb. But yeah, I think she could sweep. Maybe not though.
She's a great actress.
She's great. Here we go. Romulus. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role. My boy Kieran Culkin, who is sweeping for sure. He deserves this. Where is Clarence Macklin though for Sing Sing?
He should be on here for sure.
How did he not even get a nomination? This is really driving me crazy. All these award shows, he's not getting nominated.
I'm happy. Yura from Anora made the list. Though. I'm really happy. He was really good.
Yeah.
In his role.
And Jeremy Strong, great in The Apprentice.
I've heard Guy Pearce is fantastic though.
Yeah.
I heard he's great.
I heard Edward Norton's great, and Denzel
Carey's Gladiator too.
Yeah. I think this is a really strong category, probably next to best actress. Because look at these names, and I think these are all amazing.
Kieran Culkin definitely, I think, is gonna. He's the front runner. He's gonna win. He's
everything.
He's amazing.
Kieran won. People were posting on. You know how he was in the first Home Alone. He does like the thing where he smiles with his glasses. Like people were posting that they're like, yeah, this kid just will be all.
No, the funniest part about it is when they showed Jeremy Strong. And
like Kendall.
Kendall Roy continues to lose, man. To Roman. That was funny. What was Jeremy Strong wearing?
I feel like if he lost the hat, he actually would kind of look good.
Maybe. That hat was dumb. I'm sorry. Jeremy Strong's he's an amazing actor, but he's quite interesting
character.
Very interesting man.
Very interesting man.
Most interesting man in the world.
Yeah. But shout out Kieran Culkin. 100% deserved it, and he will. 100%. I think it's the most obvious out of all the acting that he will sweep. And the best director, Brady Corbett, for The Brutalist. Do we think he's the front?
Wish I could watch the movie, but
I wish I could comment on the movie. But
I think it's him or Sean Baker for sure.
Sean Baker.
That's the battle.
Yeah. I think also Edward Berger for Conclave. Like
that's a dark horse.
I could see him sweeping in. He directed the shit out of that movie too. But yeah, I think Brady Corbett is the front runner. But shout out Sean Baker. And
shout out to Coralie. I think that was The Substance. I think that was her debut. Sometimes her debut film, which is crazy.
Other debut. Wow.
I think it's her debut.
I know that. Wow.
I think so. I think so.
Best screenplay, Conclave. I think this.
Yeah.
Without seeing the Brutus, I think I just watched Conclave. Hell of a script.
Everything I need to watch it, but everything I've heard about it, like the story and the script and stuff, yeah.
I think this should win the Oscar. Or shout out to Jesse Eisenberg, is a real pain script. I don't think that's going to make the Oscar list, but that was a great script. And Anora, of course. Substance also. Original score. There we go.
Yes.
Most deserving. Challengers.
My favorite of the year. Trent Reznor, one of my favorite artists. Freaking love him. 9 Inch Nails, baby. So glad he won this. I hope they win the Oscars. And the
Challenger score is fantastic.
That score is
best of the year.
I will say though, I had to get on my soapbox for a minute. The fact that Dune can't be nominated for the Oscars because of the stupid technicality it's really dumb. I really hate that. I really hate that rule.
But now I think even if it was nominated, Challengers is going to beat it.
Challengers would definitely win, but like I hate that.
Challengers score is like it's a character in itself.
Awesome. Exactly.
It like drives the movie.
It's awesome. It's one of the best. It's the best.
Especially that last tennis match, dude. That score.
Where the cameras go, this is also a score, right? We just listen to all the time too, just without the movie. Like,
yep.
So yeah, shout out. I was pretty happy when this one won.
Shout out to Wild Robot though, Trent
Reznor, baby.
Yeah, that was deserving. I don't think we can really comment on this, but I also heard that this shouldn't have won this song.
How did Compress didn't win? Hold on, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
No, Compress goes hard, okay? That's some bullshit. No, we fighting for this.
Compress goes hard. Yeah.
Compress goes hard, bro.
Yeah, I heard this wasn't deserving of it either. Surprise.
The reason why Challengers is winning, like score, because they have a mixtape too. They have 2 albums technically.
Oh yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they have like a remix version of like the scores.
Oh, sick.
It's like the same, but like it's a remix. Like you could find it on like iTunes.
Yeah, I think Challengers got the album.
See, what does this mean? Because Deadpool and Wolverine has the highest grossing movie of the year.
Yeah, so what?
Actually, Inside Out 2 made more than Deadpool.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so Inside Out should really get it based on the title of this.
Why is Beetlejuice here? What did they?
This is the dumbest category ever, and hopefully it's done after this year.
What does this category even mean? Like these movies have nothing in common. Like they just.
It means we want Wicked to get something.
This is just the biggest blockbusters that came out this year.
It's dumb. It's really dumb.
What the hell are we doing?
All right. And then, TV, we didn't watch a lot of the shows besides The Penguin. Shout out to Colin Farrell.
I need to watch Shogun, though. But yeah.
Colin Farrell won.
Rocky Sonata, man.
Okay. Can we go back? Back. Yeah. The TV shows, like, okay, listen. All right.
Yeah.
Baby Reindeer was good. It's a good show. It's very dark. It's a hard watch. But I think The Penguin is the best show on here.
Yeah.
The writing is terrific. And that everything about The Penguin is so
every single thing
good. Like, again, Baby Reindeer is good. It's good, but The Penguin just hits, man. It hits.
And people who don't even watch superhero stuff love this show.
My dad loves The Penguin. He doesn't watch comic book movies.
So does mine.
I agree. I think this should have won. I think their mindset was we gave Colin Farrell the award. That's enough superhero stuff for now. That's.
Also, I'm sorry, bro. Why is that Lyle and Egbert? Why is that show on here? Why is the monsters? Why is
I've had enough of
I'm sure it's well made. I'm sure it's well made, but
name.
I just don't like shows like that. Like they just feel exploitative, and I just don't like shows like this. I didn't. Dahmer was a decent.
We watched
show.
Dahmer.
It's a decent show. It's well made. It's a great performances in that. Really good, but it just feels wrong. I just don't like shows like that. It feels exploitative.
I think it got the nom because it was really popular. You gotta get people to watch the show. Like that's why.
Yeah.
All right. We're just gonna talk about.
Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah, but the Bears shouldn't be in a comedy. This is dumb as shit, and it's
a drama with funny moments in it. It's
So,
my wife got robbed tonight.
I don't know about your wife part, but yeah, she was robbed.
She is my wife. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Anyway, you're right. She should have won because, in my opinion, she gave the performance of the year, not only in TV, but in performances as a whole, in movies, anything. She gave one of the best performances.
Her and Mikey Madison, yeah.
Awesome episode. Like, my gosh.
Episode 4, man.
And also, like, Jodie Foster is a fantastic actress. Don't get me wrong, but it's like this role, like, really, like, I don't even think this is her best work necessarily. Like, I haven't seen all of True Detective. I've seen a little bit of it, and like, I don't know.
I also feel like I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure everyone else in this category besides Kristen are the main actresses in their show. Kristen Milioti is the supporting actor who stole the show from the main actor. Like,
yeah, she's the second lead in this sense.
Yeah, but she's support like Colin Farrell's the She's support. Yeah. I'm saying I think all these other actors are the
top
main
billing.
Top billing. It's like Kristen Milioti stole the show. That says a lot, especially when Colin Farrell won an Emmy and people say her performance is better. Like, I think she'll win. I pray she gets the Emmy.
I think
there's no way she doesn't get the Emmy.
Yeah, I think it's a superhero thing though that these award voters can't.
I feel like these voters are struggling to not give the Penguin anything because they're gonna have to give the Penguin something.
Here's what's gonna happen. She'll win the Emmy. Colin won the Emmy, but I don't think Penguin is gonna win. Penguin might not win the Emmy. Like the show itself might not win an Emmy.
Probably not.
Like I think that's what they're gonna. They're gonna recognize the performances.
Which would be nuts if it doesn't win best like limited like series because like there is no limited series better than the Penguin last year.
And usually when limited series usually sweep. If the actor wins, the actress and the show are gonna win.
It might though because what limited series because the Golden Globes are different from the Emmys because they're gonna have to like nominate it with limited series, like other limited series, and I don't think
like Beef last year, best actor, best actress, and it won best show. So why can't the Penguin do that? Just because it has a superhero tag on it doesn't mean you can't nominate it. No, it did everything right. It's a damn near perfect show, and it has nothing to do with superheroes or anything. Like it is the best show of the year.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So just get that dumb. We can't not have a superhero thing win all this. No, you have the best thing win.
There's a lot of elitism in like
definitely
kind of unfortunately, but
yeah. So anyway, that is our thoughts on the Golden Globes. Anything else you guys wanted to mention that we didn't bring up for the Golden Globes?
Shout out to the lead actress in Baby Reindeer. She was terrific. I'm glad she won. I think it was our first acting job, and she was.
Oh terrific. Wow!
Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but she was really, really good in Baby Reindeer. Really good.
Yeah. Shout out Jeremy Allen White, even though I think it's the weakest season of the Bear and his weakest performance. It's just not fair to have him in that category though, because obviously he's going to beat out everyone else. Also,
I agree.
I was surprised that shit, what's her name from The Bear, Tina. She didn't win Best Supporting Actress in a
She
comedy.
was the best part of the season.
She had her own episode, which I thought was like that means for sure she's gonna win, and that was the best episode of the season for me with her backstory.
Tina from The Bear.
Tina.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she was the best part of season 3. Yeah,
100%. She had her own episode, which I thought she was gonna win for, and she didn't win, which was really surprising. I thought that was a lock, but you never know with these other shows. Golden Globes was weird this year, so. Okay. Anyway, now we can just move on really quick to these SAG nominations because I think it says a lot about where these award shows are going. Best Male Actor, I think, like I said, these are the 5 unless you swap out like what you were saying, RJ Chalamet for Sebastian Stan.
yeah.
But if that doesn't happen, I think these are the 5 that are going to win. Outstanding Actress. These 5, yeah.
I didn't even know Pamela Anderson was in a movie last year.
I'm only hearing the buzz about it now. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell? Like,
When did that come out?
Yeah, what the hell?
and I think the girl who just won the Best Actress isn't even nominated here in a drama.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So who's got this then? Oh, Mikey Madison, hopefully. Or Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win it. I think
Hold on. Who's not here?
the girl who won Best Actress
From the Globes.
and the Globes, yeah, who won Best Drama.
Well, that's odd.
That is really odd. But I think that was a foreign movie and foreign press. I don't know. Maybe it's all that. But yeah, I think it's going to come down to these 2, Mikey Madison and Moore. And maybe I think maybe she could come in and steal it. I have that feeling.
Who, Cynthia?
Cynthia Erivo, yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, better not. These 2 are the best of the year. Like, come on. Okay, now here's where I have a freaking bone to pick.
Jonathan Bailey. Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, so we all know Kieran Culkin's going to get this, but that's not the point. He should get this. And Darius, you will back me up on this.
Where's Clarence Macklin?
Where's Clarence Macklin? There's no way you put in, and Guy Pearce. There's no way you put in Jonathan Bailey, who
you know why they did this? This pisses me off. You know why they did this?
Why?
Because he's not an actor. He's never acted. That's why they did this. That's so stupid to me because it's
okay. If you're gonna put in Jonathan Bailey, where's Mike facing Josh O'Connor from Challengers?
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to put, like, I would put them in before Jonathan Bailey.
There's no way his performance was better than Clarence Macklin or those 2 or Guy Pearce. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Where's Guy Pearce?
The SAGs might be favoring Wicked, which is why Jonathan Bailey's here. I'm just saying why Cynthia Erivo could sweep in and steal it because Jonathan Bailey's nominated. And you know what? This also does not help Sing Sing because Sing Sing isn't getting any nomination. The only nomination Sing Sing got for this is Coleman Domingo. So that's not going to help the case for the Oscar. It's pretty much Oscar. It's pretty much saying that it's out for the Oscar. It's not winning Best Picture. And Clarence Macklin, unfortunately, probably won't get nominated, which is terrible. He gave a top 5 supporting actor performance of the year. And the fact that Jonathan Bailey's in here is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not saying he was bad. He had a catchy musical number, but other than that, he didn't do anything really that
like Ed Norton, fantastic. Jeremy Strong, I've heard's amazing. Like,
yes,
Euro was amazing in a Norton. Like, he's not on Kieran Culkin, fantastic. Like, he's not on any of these guys. Like Josh O'Connor. Like, Josh O'Connor should be here over him.
Yeah, Mike Face. Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, the SAGs, there might be favored in Wicked. Wicked could win Best Ensemble.
Josh O'Connor really should be in this category. Man.
Yeah,
he is really good in Challengers.
And this makes it interesting for supporting actors. Zoe Saldana is the front runner, but
Ariana Grande, why is Jamie Lee Curtis nominated every year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, what movie?
This is another Everywhere, Everything All at Once. She did not deserve that win.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. Listen, Monica was good in Complete Unknown, but I feel like Rebecca Ferguson should be right here. Like, we gotta show Dune Part 2 some love. Like, Rebecca Ferguson has the best performance in Dune Part 2, in my opinion, along with Austin Butler.
By far, yeah.
And people are saying Monica Barbero shouldn't even be the actress nominated for this. It should be Fanning. What's her name?
Yeah, Fanning was terrific. Complete Unknown.
She got the Golden Globe, and Monica didn't. Like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, Monica didn't even have that much screen time in the Complete Unknown.
And I don't know what.
I hate to bring this about Dune, but like, I get it came out early last year, but what the hell is going on? Like,
it got done dirty.
Like, there's like, even I don't care what part of the year it came out. It is getting slept on for like some. It is getting done dirty, man. It's pissing me off. I'm sorry.
And I don't know what Jamie Lee Curtis is doing here.
What is this movie?
Yeah, she gets nominated. I swear, bro, she gets nominated for this every year. It happens every year.
Yeah. I think they just might be taking out more competition so Ariana Grande could get it.
That's what it feels like.
Because Wicked is heavily favored in this nominations, man.
She's got it.
Yeah, I think Ariana's going to win it. Yeah.
She could come in and take it from Zoe Saldana. This is why we favoring Wicked. Why are we doing favorites? Come on. And then here we go.
Where was this when the Batman came out, huh? Yeah, award season. Yeah. Just saying.
So, and then here's best performance by a cast, which is pretty much the best picture. You got A Complete Unknown, Anora, Conclave, Amelia Perez, and Wicked.
Okay. If we're talking cast, again, I hate to be that guy, but where the hell is Dune Part 2? Dude, that literally, if you want to be real, as far as cast, Dune Part 2 should be here. And
Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, Timothy Chalamet, Javier Bardem,
Austin Butler, Florence Pugh. Like,
I think more importantly, where the hell is Sing Sing? I think the ensemble of the year. I thought for sure this was getting a nomination. I thought for sure it was winning. It was the
fact that there's only one professional actor in the movie, or two, makes it way more impressive that it's such a fantastic movie.
And they gave some of the best performances of the year. That movie is known for its ensemble now. And the fact that it doesn't get a nomination is ridiculous. I thought it was winning before these nominations came out. I thought this was for sure going to get the ensemble win. This is known for the ensemble and no nomination. I don't know why this Sing Sing disrespect is going around. I think maybe because it wasn't promoted well and it came out whenever it came out. I don't even know what it came out.
I think it's because it came out in I saw it in September. So yeah. I think it's the fact that it's other than Coleman Domingo, there's not really actors in it, and I feel like they're being weird about that.
Well, that's so dumb. That should make it better.
It makes it more impressive if the fact.
Yeah, exactly. I am. Yeah.
And we talk about best director. What does it say about that director if he's able to get such great performances out of non-actors?
Exactly. And I'm sorry, A Complete Unknown, is it really an ensemble cast?
No.
Really? It's Timothy. It's a biopic about Bob Dylan.
I mean, Boyd Holbrook's good in half these people don't even have screen time in the movie. Boyd Holbrook's in the movie for 3 minutes. He has 3 scenes.
Yeah. Anora deserves. Conclave deserves, and now is my pick to win this. Amelia Perez, I guess it has a stacked cast, but Wicked, it was gonna get it. But come on,
Conclave is pretty stacked. That's pretty stacked.
Cast. That is my pick out of these 5. But my pick is Sing Sing, and I can't stand this.
How in God's name do you not have Dune Part 2 in this fucking category?
Yeah, true.
Excuse my French, but damn it,
you're right. That's also the ensemble of the year. I think that
that is come on. Everybody is so good in it.
I don't know what's going on with this SAGs, man. This was bad. This is bad.
Nominations. Is that it? Is there more?
There's stunts. These are stunts. They should do nominations.
Win that. The whole movie's dedicated.
Fall Guy has to win this.
Hold on. You put Dune Part 2 and the stunt.
Wicked. Wicked's here. They love Wicked. Why do they love Wicked?
What the hell, dude?
What are we doing?
I love this movie, man.
Wicked stunts. Yeah, I walked out of Wicked and be like, those stunts are crazy, man.
You have 4 action. You have 4 action heavy movies. You have the 4 action films of the year, basically, and then you have
music. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen. If the Fall Guys movie is a love letter to stunt coordinators. Okay, it is a love letter to stuntmen. It should win this. Okay, like if the Fall Guy doesn't win, okay, fine, whatever. But please, for the love of God, don't give it to Wicked, please. Like, don't do that. What the hell is Wicked doing here anyway? What the hell is Wicked doing here anyway? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is what we're doing here. These people are trying to give Wicked they're trying to give it some like. Oh my God!
They're in every nomination, I think.
What the hell are we doing here? They're trying to give so many awards.
What the fuck is this? What the hell is that?
Bro, if he wins over Kieran Culkin,
There's no way that happens. There will be riots in the streets. There's no fucking way. If that fucking happens, oh my God. Anyway, this guy.
Could you imagine Wicked win stunts?
Okay, I think that's got to be the last one out of all of these that should win. What the fuck? I don't know what Wicked and SAGs drink, but they fucking won.
What the hell are we doing, SAG?
I don't know what the fuck is going on. And then TV is pretty much the same. Hopefully, Penguin sweeps shit.
But let me see the television program. What is it? Television.
Here's the limited series performing actor.
Oh yeah, Colin should sweep. If Colin wins this, it's a lock that he wins an Emmy. It's a lock.
Yeah, and he should. The competition is not huge. Besides Javier Bardem, but I don't think they're gonna give it to him. And then Kristen Milioti. Again, Lily Gladstone. I didn't even know she was in the show.
Yeah, it was like under the bridge, but it was like under the radar. Like it was like I didn't watch.
Glad her career's taken off though after Killers. That's really good.
Yeah. Getting work. Okay,
she should have got the Oscar.
If Jodie wins this, do you think it's done for? Yeah,
I think it's done for.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I don't want to say it's done for. I think there's still a chance, but I think if
because here's the thing though, if Penguin wins Best Limited Series, which it very well could, I think, because also HBO is going to push it. HBO does they promote their shows like they will push it to win awards. They are very good at that.
Let me make sure Penguin is here. Yeah. Wait, did they not do Best Limited? Did I miss that?
I think you missed it. Go back.
Outstanding drama series, Bridgerton, Day of the Jackal, The Diplomat, Shogun, Slow Horses, comedy, Evat, Bear, Hacks, Only Murders in Philly. Do they not have a Best Limited series?
They don't.
That's dumb. Unless I'm missing it somewhere, but that's dumb.
Stunts is probably gonna for a television series. Probably gonna go to Shogun.
Yeah. Shout out to the boys. Actually, not shout out to the boys of the season. No, that was bad.
It's gonna be Shogun with the sword fighting and stuff.
Yeah. But anyway,
shout out to Fallout though.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope Kristen and Colin get this win.
Yeah, if Colin wins, if he wins SAG, it's a lock.
I think that's already locked just based on the competition. Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But you never know with the SAG now. Like,
but I think television series, like, limited series, it's not a lot. But the performances, Farrell has. I think Colin has. I think he has everybody on his side for it.
Yeah, Kristen is going to be up with Baby Reindeer Girl.
Yeah, that's going to be tough though. She might win it.
Yeah, especially she just won the Golden Globe. Also, the Critics' Choice was supposed to be this weekend, but got delayed because of the fires. That will also help see. I think if Baby Reindeer Girl wins that, it's a lock. And then if she wins SAG, it's definitely a lock. But Kristen, I think she could win Critics, honestly.
Yeah, the critics love Terror.
Which comes out before SAG if the scheduling works out.
She's definitely gonna win one. She's no way she gets swapped out. Like she's gonna win.
She deserves it. Anyway, Sing Sing, I'm sorry, but that just killed Sing Sing for any Oscar.
Oh my God, man, that makes me sick.
Which is super unfortunate. Clarence Macklin, no respect, bro. Jonathan Bailey, what are you doing?
Or Mike, where Mike faced and Josh O'Connor in that game. Like, what are we doing?
Especially Josh O'Connor, he's really good.
Yeah, it's a stand-up, yeah.
Like that scene where he's talking to Zendaya in the alleyway and like he's trying to convince her like coach him and stuff. Like he's like very suave and like an asshole. Like dude, he's killing it in that scene, dude.
Doesn't matter. Kieran Culkin's gonna sweep. So, but the nomination, fuck is Wicked doing? Anyway, we'll close this out with some the Batman comments from Matt Reeves. RJ, you want to take lead on this?
Do you have the clip, or do you want to play the clip, or no?
I can play the clip. Yeah,
it's like Joshua Hurwitz. He said a lot of interesting things in that interview.
Josh Hurwitz.
The Matty Reeves.
Matty Reeves.
Do you know when I should start the clip? Because it's a 3-minute.
Hold on.
Yeah, we'll just. Do you remember what he said?
I just remember that he said about like he got asked about DCU merging, and then he got asked about filming this year, and like, yeah, that's the only thing that he said.
So he pretty much said in a very how do you say it? Like he didn't confirm anything, he didn't deny anything.
Didn't deny anything either, yeah.
It was a non-answer.
Yeah, it was a very safe answer, something that he's probably been trained to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's happening. It's happening.
Here's the thing.
I think it's being discussed.
It's just when is the
question. It's definitely being discussed, but I think I'm agreeing with Noah. I think it's happening. Here's the thing. He could have said no. People are like looking at it and they're saying like, oh, well, he can't say no. Yes, he can. He said no in the past. Andy Muschietti literally, I mean, we'll get to him in a minute, but he literally said like, well, Pattinson is not a part of the DC. Well, you haven't had a discussion with James Gunn since in 2 years before freaking Superman went into production. So you got a lot of catching up, but I don't know. I could be wrong. We all could be wrong, but it's just he literally said, like, well, if it happened, like he didn't say yes and he didn't say no, but he was low key kind of entertaining the idea. Like, he was like saying, like, well, like if it happens, like, you know, we'll discuss it or something like that, or
because it's still up in the air. I think, like we've been saying, it really comes down to if the Superman movie's good, and then it will confirm it. It's still they don't want to, which is smart. You don't confirm it yet because if Superman isn't good, you don't want to bring it in. Then you'll have it be its own thing. So
they don't want to Batman.
Here's I don't think it's final. I think it's just being discussed. I think they're trying to figure out how it could work if it happens, but I don't think they've locked because also, like we said, it doesn't jive with what they've already set up with DCU Batman, which is my problem. It's like you set up Creature Commandos. He's been active for 15 years.
Yeah.
That makes no sense now. If it's going to be Pattinson, like, how does that work?
What could be happening is I saw someone say this, that since Reeves is already like a trilogy type of guy, like a beginning, middle, end type of guy, he could literally like serve like Batman Part 2 and 3, and he could say, okay, I'm stepping down from directing, but I still want to oversee it, like be a producer on the project or whatever. Yeah. And then you can do like the thing of like, you can still do Brave and the Bold like after Part 3, and there's like a big time zone. Exactly. I could see that working, but again, I still feel like the way WB is, I feel like they they just want to like say, hey, like it's already existing in the DCU and stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like I just can't see WB wanting two Batmans. And I've always said this: the minute they canceled Superman and Lois because they didn't want two Supermans existing, and that was a TV show, the fucking TV show, and they canceled it because they didn't want two Supermans. Yeah, and it was a good TV show.
Yeah,
and it's just like, I just feel like the people that like deny it, again, we don't want this to happen. We want it to be.
I think it's stupid.
We want this to be separate. Like, I think that you should let Matt Reeves cook, build out this crime saga universe, and then once he's done, then do Batman later on down the line. Yeah. But like, do a world's finest movie, but they're not gonna do that. But it's just that I think people just underestimate WB and like how they are. They just canceled a Superman show, a good Superman show. They canceled a good Superman show because they didn't want two Supermans. Yeah. So like, I don't know, but I'm glad that part 2 is that might not be the title, so who knows that, but I'm glad that it's gonna start filming this year. We should be getting casting updates pretty soon, like probably like around spring or summertime or whatever. But yeah,
we're glad shit's developing finally.
Yeah, it's gonna start filming this year.
I think Andy Muschietti, his movie's getting scrapped and he's out of the loop.
Oh, I think it is getting. I think that it's scrapped. They haven't told him yet.
Yeah, he's not in the loop of Matt Reeves, James Gunn. He's
Which
not
is messed up, but
it is messed up.
That's WB.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's what they do.
He'll get the new. He probably won't even get the call. He'll find out when they announce Batman's in the DCU. The Robert Pattinson's Batman. I could see that.
Yeah, because like
he's got his own shit going on too. Like, he's doing.
Did you see what he said? Like, he was like saying like the way he was talking about it. He was talking about it as if like he's not heading the project anymore. Like,
yeah,
you read the article
here, even pre-production.
Yeah, he was like saying, yeah, like if I'm still, he's like his energy was basically. It seemed like he was off the project the way he was talking about it.
Well, I think he knows all the news that's going on, and he's like, "This is probably not gonna happen." Now.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, we'll see. But
we're getting something every week. That's good.
Yeah, I do think that the stuff with Matt. I do think the people need to chill out and leave Matt alone, because like people that are in the know are hinting that he was going through some shit.
Did he even say that?
Yeah, he said like last year was a tough year for him. Like 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not his fault. He had the script done. It's the studio coming in and making him switch stuff up, if anything.
Yeah, and also like whatever's going on in his personal life. I hope that everything's all right. And like that seems like it's because he was saying like how Colin Farrell was very supportive of him and stuff. But whatever's happening, I hope that it gets worked out and stuff. But I think I didn't like some of the energy that was being talked about towards him. There was certain YouTubers that were spinning narratives about him and shit. I'm not gonna go into it, but I just think people should show more grace. These people that work on movies, they are normal people and they have lives too. And it's sad and unfortunate when a movie just gets delayed by a year. People freak the fuck out. And
people got to realize we don't know shit.
Yeah,
none of us know what's going down.
I mean, like Matt,
we get teases and Twitter lies, and that's it.
Yeah, like Matt Reeves, especially Matt Reeves is like a really private person, so like he's not entitled to share anything with anybody. Yeah, and we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. So people got to keep that in mind. When
the movie comes out and it's great, people are gonna forget all this.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Also, like I feel like I want to talk about this for one quick thing. Sequel wait. We are so spoiled nowadays with the waiting period for sequels. Like we wait like 3, sometimes 2, 3, 4. we can wait 5 years. I mean, to wait for Doctor Strange 1 and 2, like that was a pretty long wait.
Yeah.
Guardians
but
2
there's
and 3.
like long, like I mean, yeah, like that was a long wait.
It's the same thing with
freaking,
Spider-Man stuff. It's like it sucks that 4 is being delayed so much, but they put out the first trilogy, the new trilogy, pretty fast. Like that was every 3 years. Like that's not
every 2 years. Yeah,
And plus, he
It's not-
was in Avengers movies in between.
yeah, it's not sustainable. Like Tom wanted a break. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. If I was Tom, I would want a freaking break too. Like Jesus, like. But yeah, I think people just need to relax and chill because once we get to July and then they might even move up the release date, like the March 2027. Like, that's what I think is going to happen.
It's not going to be October. It's not going to be that long.
Yeah, they'll move.
that's a worst case scenario if they.
Yeah.
And it's looking like Clayface is going to lead into it somehow. We'll get stuff in between.
Yeah.
So anyway, on that note, that was episode 2 of Cinema Kings. Thank you guys, everyone who's watching, everyone who's checking out the socials. Once again, we're on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify. All that is linked in the description below. And yeah, comment down anything else you guys want us to talk about. Anything creative we want to do, like it just like Darius's idea of talking about a movie take that we have that's a hot take.
I already have one of mine for next week now.
Oh boy,
great.
No one remembers this movie.
Oh,
God.
there's a setup. There's a setup.
Mission Impossible. No, I'm playing Mission Impossible 2.
Ooh.
Could you imagine one of us said that?
Yeah, that'd be a
Am
long
I choose the best one?
I'd lose respect for anyone who said that.
Nah, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the podcast number 2. We'll be back at you next week with more movie news in between. And yeah. Anything else, boys? Four on the floor. Four on the floor. Darius just started Succession.
Yes. 3 episodes in now. Yeah.
3 episodes. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's catching up.
I'll watch more next week when I'm back in between classes and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe. Comment down below anything you want. Subscribe to all the socials. Follow us on socials. And we'll see you guys next week.